which is kind of like my radiant bronzy skin for summer, but this is not like a no makeup. This is definitely full-on products, but this is just for when you want to have that full-on glam look but still make it look like it's your skin shining through. I think this is perfect for any occasion in the summer, whether it's a wedding. Even I think this would be beautiful for a bride or a bridesmaid. What I would suggest is that you use Makeup Forever HD foundation instead of the one I'm going to show you today, because that is just photographs so well. But I think this is just a beautiful look for summer. I even just did some false lashes just to make you see how we can go very subtle with the eyes, but by applying just a few lashes can really make the look just amazing. And I also, just to do something a little bit different, I gave you 3 lip options at the very end: a coral, a bright magenta, and this nude one. I ended up just keeping the nude one because I'm going to be running out some errands and I just don't want to look like I've got bright lipstick in the middle of the early afternoon, but not that I care. But I thank you so much for all your well wishes. I am doing better. Long story very, very short, I ended up having to go to the hospital because I was complaining that my ribs were hurting, and it ended up being there was swelling and inflammation around one of my lungs from having a really bad cold. So I'm on medication for that. It's doing well. I just have a little bit of a raspy voice, but I'm in good spirits. I'm excited to be back and filming some videos for you. I want to just zoom you in for a minute just so that you can see the look a bit better. I think this is such a gorgeous look, again, for any occasion, and I just really, really love it. So I hope that you found this helpful. Let me know what you want to see next. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I wanted to say. I don't think so, but anyway, thanks for watching, and I will see you, well, let's carry on with the tutorial. Okay, let's get started. The first thing I'm going to do, of course, you want to make sure you are moisturized. That is the most important thing. I would always pick moisturizer over primer any day, but it's really important for me to keep my skin moisturized at all times, especially when it comes in the summertime. I also want to make sure my moisturizer has some SPF in it if my foundation doesn't. Sorry if my voice sounds foggy throughout the video, but you know what? We're gonna just roll with it because I've been gone long enough, and I feel like spirit-wise, I feel good, so I'm ready to do this. Okay. So let's get started. I don't know if I mentioned in the beginning already that this is not going to be like no makeup. It's going to be a beautiful sort of radiant, glowy, full-on summer skin. It's just going to be beautiful for any occasion, but it is kind of a full-on look that still looks like, it still makes your face look like skin and not like you have a lot on, but you do have quite a few products to achieve that beautiful, flawless skin. And because of antibiotics, I've got just a couple of breakouts. I don't know if you can see them. Got one here, one here, one here, and one here. They're little, but every time I have to take antibiotics, I always get breakouts. I don't know why, but that's just the way it works. Okay, for primer, I'm going to use my foundation primer from Mercier. This is the Radiant Primer. I put a little bit too much on the back of my hand. Let me get my brushes close to me. I feel like I haven't done this in a while, so bear with me. Pop some of that onto my skin, and also I want to give you just a quick tip. If you're going to be doing your makeup with makeup brushes when you're sick or you have any breakouts, make sure that you wash those brushes. So when I'm done with this makeup tutorial, I'm going to wash all these brushes so that I don't cross-contaminate anything, any illness or anything like that. Just buff this in, and I'm just using a Real Techniques stippling brush for this. I'm going to go in with this guy, my Giorgio Armani Corrector, Master Corrector in number 2. I'm going to just pop that right there, right into that kind of hollow point of my inner corner of my eyes, and blend that in with my finger. For foundation, I'm going to use this one. This is actually what I used all summer last year. I love this foundation. It has light to medium coverage. If you are someone who loves a heavy-duty sort of like a heavy-duty full coverage foundation that lasts all day and it's kind of like a matte finish, you won't like this. This foundation routine will last me put like as is for a good 6 to 7 hours, which I think is really good. If, however, you're going to be in the heat the entire day and your face is melting off, I suggest wearing a lot less makeup. But this is for like a beautiful night out or a special occasion where you want your skin to just really glow and your face to just be the center of your the focus of your look or whatever. I think this is a beautiful, beautiful look. This is the Buxom Show Me Some Skin Weightless Foundation. The color I have it in is Meet Me Latte. Now, I'm going to take some of this I'm going to pop this onto my skin. Kind of, I'm not doing it very heavy, however, you absolutely can build this up if you want to. You can do an extra layer. I don't like to do that. I like to just do one good layer. Also, I've tried this with a beauty blender and I'm just not a fan. And I want to point something out that I get asked all the time, and that is, why don't I put a lot of foundation on my forehead and on my nose? And that's because I have got some natural like wrinkles on my forehead. I'm a very expressive person. I'm constantly making weird facial expressions, so I've got some fine line and wrinkles on my forehead. And on my nose, I've got some natural freckles. What someone told me once a long time ago, is actually a makeup artist. She said, if you have a lot of lines on your forehead or some like freckles or anything on your face, you shouldn't actually cover them. You should cover them very lightly. That way, it actually gives the illusion of you wearing less foundation, because you can see your wrinkles. Because if you were to put foundation in there plus powder, it all just settles into those lines, making it look heavy and cakey. So what I do is I just take my buffing brush. This is just a Sigma flat top kabuki. I buff my foundation into my skin, and then whatever's left over after I've done the center of the skin, I go ahead and I just kind of do a quick little shroop over the forehead like so, just to give everything an even complexion. But you can still see my freckles on my nose and my redness of my freckles on my nose, and that's what I'm always after. I love this look, and I think you will too. And can you tell I've missed you guys because I'm talking a mile a minute? Okay. That looks good. All right, so now what I want to do is I want to apply one extra layer of something onto the skin just to give you that radiant bronze look, and this is it. This is the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in the color 30 Cafe. What I like to do with this is just kind of where I would put bronzer. I'm going to put bronzer over top of this, but like just a little bit goes a long way. I just like to do a couple of dots around the forehead, just some down the cheekbones. Now this is not going to be like contour. This is just going to be for that added layer of bronze. And what you can do with this, I take the same brush and just blend it in. And what you can do, I don't know if you can really even see, we're going to blend this a whole lot more, don't you worry. You can apply as many layers of this as you want and really sculpt the face, or you can do what I'm doing and just add a little tiny bit just for that extra color, just for that extra layer of bronze where it looks like skin because it's not powder. That makes sense? So I'm just going to blend this with my foundation brush, and using a foundation brush that you had your foundation on makes the blending just seem a lot more seamless. It makes it just look, it makes it blend into the skin a lot more. So just blend that. A little bit on the sides and the nose. Again, this is not contouring. We are going to be adding a lot more powder stuff on top of this. This is just to, again, just give you that appearance of that bronzy, glowy skin. Okay, while that's sitting, because I don't like to put anything else on my face until the foundation has had a few minutes to sit. So while that's happening, I want to work on my eyes. I want the face to be the, focus of this look, but I also want my eyes to look a little bit glam in a very subtle way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Maybelline Color Tattoo in Back to the Bronze on a, this is just a Sonia Kashuk Stiff Dome Brush, and I'm just going to put this all over the lid. I love this. If you don't have Back to the Bronze from Maybelline, the Color Tattoo, you need it in your life because it is just amazing. So I like to do just a thin layer of that. And for eyeshadow, I'm actually going to be using my highlighter. This is just the Shimmer Brick Compact from Bobbi Brown in the color Bronze. And I am just going to take a fluffy brush and I'm just going to focus on the lighter colors right here. I'm going to mix them together, mix the lighter colors together, and just pop that all over the lid, because what I want is just that soft bronze eye. I'm not going to be putting on thick liner, nothing like that. I'm just going to pop on some lashes to really make the eyes stand out, but again, in that natural, sort of subtle way. And then I'm going to go in with just a darker color, and I'm going to pop that a little bit, sort of in the outer corner, crease area, just that's right there, just to intensify and create a bit of a shadow. Just like that. And then for my brow bone highlight, I'm just going to take a small shadow brush and just this lightest color. I'm going to pop a little bit of that underneath the brow bone. I've gone a little bit thinner with my brows today. You're gonna have to let me know what you think. I don't know, I think I like a much bolder brow, but you know, playing around. I'm actually going to take some eyebrow gel and just brush it through because I haven't done that just yet. I like to always get my eyebrows done before we start. Okay. All right, so now I want to curl my lashes. I'm going to apply a couple of coats of mascara, and you can use any mascara your heart desires, but since we are going to be applying some falsies, I don't really think it matters a ton. But again, you can completely skip the falsies. Of course, you don't have to do them. Just trying to grab my mascara. You don't have to do the falsies, but I'm going to do some just to make my eyes appear a little bit more, you know, a little more special. And this is just the Voluminous Milling Lashes from L'Oreal. Be careful not to get mascara all over your eyelid, I mean. For lashes, I'm just going to apply a combination of Ardell single lashes and just these corner lashes that I cut up. I'm just going to apply a combination of the two. I'm going to do the corner lashes on the outer corner and then fill in the rest of the eyes with some singles. I'm not going to bore you and keep you here through the entire time, but I'm going to just get this down and I'll tell you and show you how many I put on each eye. Okay, and those are the lashes done. I put the two corners and about 4 individuals going in. And what I'm going to do once these dry completely, I am going to just put the thinnest band of liquid liner just on the very base of my lashes so that it conceals any bands or anything like that. So let's continue on. It's time for some concealer. I'm going to go in with my Custard Nars Radiant Concealer in the color Custard. What is this? Pop that under the eye. I think I need to get a new one. This is like almost empty, which is kind of exciting. And then the MAC Prep and Prime Pencil in Light Boost right on top of that for more of that highlight effect. And of course, just the typical area where I like to highlight. Again, this is kind of a full-on look. It's not like a no makeup. And I'm just going to take my same foundation brush. When you have got those layers of foundation and stuff, it really makes a world of a difference on how everything just kind of blends. So just take your time and blend your life away, my friend. I'm going to set that using my Reserve Cabana from Wet n Wild. Just the under eyes. And to set the rest of the face, I'm going to go in with Laura Mercier Rich Vanilla and Laura Mercier Classic Beige Mineral Powder. I'm going to mix a little bit of the two together. I know this seems like a lot of ingredients. Can you tell I have cooking on my mind 24/7? I know this looks like it's a lot of products, but it's just because that's what the mix is, what's matching me right now. I need to just get a little bit more color. I think I'll be able to just get away with Classic Beige instead of the two. But you know, we don't really need a whole lot anyway because I'm just using this to set everything. But mix it. I just put a little bit of both on the lid and just mix them together. And then just kind of pat this in place all over the face. I love this mineral powder because it does provide a little extra coverage, but it doesn't take away from that natural skin dewiness that I love of the foundation. So you can see I'm just doing a very light layer on the forehead. And while that sets into place, I'm just going to take my Stila Stay All Day liquid liner and again, just do the lightest little line on top of that lash band. It's like not even enough to detect that there's eyeliner, but just enough to kind of cover that band and make everything just seem seamless, you know? So now that that's done, I'm going to work on the bronzer. My face is itchy. I'm going to use my brush. All right, so I'm going to use this one because I'm going after that like bold, glowy look. So this is by City Color Cosmetics, and this is in the color Sunset. And I'm going to take this with a large brush. This is just a Sephora Precision Powder. Come on. Like a little invisible hair. I'm going to take this. I'm just going to bronze lightly because this is quite shimmery, And I am going to just apply a slightly darker bronzer just to kind of in the hollow of the cheek in just a minute. But I want this just lightly all over the face, really. And I like to even brush it against, like, on the side of my nose, just wherever the sun would naturally bronze you and hit you. I think that just gives you always the most beautiful look. Now, you don't have to contour if you don't want to. I am going to take just a little tiny bit of my L'Oreal True Match powder in Cappuccino and just a smaller brush. This is just by Bdellium Tools, and just in the hollow of the cheek, nowhere else. Just right there. Just to make that a little bit sharper. And I'm not going to bake, I'm not going to cook, I'm not going to do any of that. I'm just going to pop that over there. And for my blush, I'm going to go in with Sunbasque by MAC. This is one of my all-time favorite blushes. It's a go-to for me all summer because it's that perfect mix of pink and peach and bronze. It's just gorgeous. I love this blush, and I'm using my MAC 116 to apply that. And I'm not going too heavy because this, I mean, you could, but I don't know, there's just something about it not being too stark and just catching the light that makes it perfect in my opinion. That's good enough. And then of course you need to have some highlight. My life is never my life is never made unless I am just glowing like a disco ball. And for this I'm going to go back to my Shimmer Brick Compact from Bobbi Brown. I'm going to just stick to these lighter colors, kind of mixing them together and applying these on the cheekbone, down the bridge of the nose, a little bit above the brow, this kind of area. And before we finish up the eyes completely, what I want to do is I just want to take my Teddy, this is my eye kohl liner from MAC. I just want to line my lower lash line right on the inside, kind of, and underneath, and then just smudging that out with a little smudger brush. I don't want anything too stark or even noticeable. I'm going to set the face with my Makeup Forever Mist and Fix. I love that stuff. Fan it. While that dries, I'm just going to take a little bit of that light color from the Shimmer Brick, and I'm going to pop that into the inner corner of my eyes. Just like that. And then I'm going to take some of my Clinique Bottom Lash Mascara and just coat the bottom lashes a little bit. Okay, that is the finished look minus the lips. Now, I thought what I could do that'd be really fun is to give you 3 different lip options. I'm going to do a bold kind of magenta pink, a beautiful like bright coral, and a nude, of course, just to give you some options. You never know. It is summer after all. So let's get started with the first one, and we're going to start with the coral. Align my lips and fill it in with MAC Boldly Bare. Just a neutral skin color lip liner will do. I'm going to pat your lips together. And then I'm going to go in with Coral Crush from Maybelline. This is gorgeous. This is one of the most, I would say, wearable corals just because it's not matte. It's really just a beautiful pop of color that's very comfortable to wear. So this is the coral. Next we have that magenta color. I'm going to line my lips using MAC lip liner in magenta. Be steady, keep a firm hand because this can kind of go everywhere if you're not careful. So just line and fill in your lips. And for the lipstick, I'm going to go in with Matte Orchid from Milani. This is stunning. This is the bright magenta. And for the nude, I'm going to go in with MAC lip liner in Strip Down. I'm going to fill in my lips. Oh, this needs to be sharpened. I'm going to fill in my lips and fill in the very corners. I'm not going to fill it in all the way. I'm just going to fill in the very corners of top and bottom of my lips with the strip down. And for lipstick, keep in mind that my lips are just a light, like a little bit stained, but not much. And I'm going to go in with Belle de Jour from Nars. And that is the nude. So this is the final look. I hope that my hair is like, it needs a haircut. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that you got some good tips out of it. I just love this face, and I think it's perfect for any summer get together or like really special night out. I think it's beautiful. And let me know down below what your favorite lip option was, and some of your favorite lip options or foundation products or any kind of products for summer times that are just your must-haves. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. Let me know down below what you want to see next, and I will see you next time. Bye.